Hello, this is Purple Rosa, and in this housing ideas and tips video, I'll be showing you some fireplaces that I have made out of furniture items from the Elsweyr furniture style. In total, I have made about 8 different fireplaces using different stone structures from the Elsweyr furniture style. But in this video, I'll just be showing you 4 of the fireplaces that I have made. And in part 2, I'll be showing you the other 4 fireplaces that I have made. So first up, I have these 2 fireplaces here that you currently see. And then I'll be showing you this one here that I made. And the 4th one for this video will be this bigger one over there. And in part 2, I'll be showing you the other bigger fireplaces that I have made. So that's just a sneak peek at those ones. So yes, for this part 1, I'll first show you this fireplace, as it was the first one that I put together. It follows the same style that I seem to follow when I make fireplaces. So for this simple design, I have used under structures, I have used the Elsweyr plinth ancient stone. This one is craftable in game. And I've also used under courtyard with the pillars, the Elsweyr pillar ancient stone. So that's the only 2 furniture items I have used for this fireplace. So this pillar I have used as the chimney of this fireplace up here. It is that simple. And for the decorative design around the fireplace, I used those plinth ancient stone platforms, I guess you'd call them, as the style of the plinth here and this Elsweyr pillar here match really well, as you can see. And they do look worn and old, but I think that gives them character. And they do have like the nice design on it, as you can see, which matches well with the pillar up there. So for this fireplace, I'll just get this fire logs out. I've used about 5 of the Elsweyr plinths. So I have the one on the bottom, but for the base where you put the fire logs, you don't have to use this plinth. You can really put anything there to put your fire logs on. And yeah, around the sides here I have that side plinth there. And same on this side. And yeah, on the top I have 2 more of these plinths. So that one there, and that one there. And then, because how thick these plinths are, you can sink the pillar into them quite nicely. Or because this pillar has that top design on it, you can sit it up like that. And also this pillar has like a decorative bit up the top, so you can even turn it upside down to show that decorative bit. And yeah, it's up to you, but I like how I had it before, but just play around with it and you'll be able to make it work. But yeah, I think it fits better like that, because I myself, I find that I want the decorative swirly design here more on the base of the fireplace around where the fire logs fit. So that's simply how I did that fireplace, but with these plinths, I do like the round kind of design on it there, and it fits well going all the way around here. And it's like just a nice design around where your fire logs go. And yeah, that's simply how I did that fireplace, and I'll show you how it looks on the side because I've only shown you the front of it. So yeah, it is a nice looking fireplace. It does stick out quite a bit, but you can put like on the side here, if you use this design in your house, you can put like firewood on the side here and maybe some more firewood on the side there, just make it look decorative. So yeah, that's simply how I did that fireplace. So this next fireplace here, it is more decorative than the previous one I showed you, and it is a bit fiddly to put together, and you will see why shortly. So for this one, I have simply used 2 items again. So what I've used for this one, it's under Undercroft, the Elsweyr sarcophagus lid, which is craftable in-game, and the Elsweyr sarcophagus ancient. As they are made of stone, when I was looking at them, I knew they were perfect to use as a fireplace. Just do bear in mind, I have used a couple of these items, as you can see, just to put this fireplace together. So I'll start off with the Elsweyr sarcophagus ancient. So as you can see, this sarcophagus has that nice square indent in it. So I've used about 7 of them, because with how high this ceiling is, I needed to put 2 extra on the top there. But yes, these sarcophagus, they do have the hole in it where you put a dead body, but I've worked around that by using the sarcophagus lids. But back to these sarcophagus, the nice design on them, and the back here, it's kind of worn, but it gives it character, as I said before with the other fireplace. So yeah, I have this one here on this side, just there. Following the same design style as that one, it's just more fancy and nice. And yeah, I've got another one on this side. On the top, because of how long these sarcophagus are, I have just used the one for the top here, and it fits nicely there. And for the chimney, I've made it bigger compared to that one there. I did that because it fits well with this overall design. So I have 2 more sarcophagus on the side, because I have the design of them around there. I wanted to continue it up with the chimney, so I added that one there, same on that side, and 2 more at the top to continue the design. I will mention these sarcophagus, like with the indent square design there. One of these sides, like this side, has like half the square there, and same with the top. Whereas the other side, it is more perfect, I would say. So I've mainly used this side with this fireplace. And yeah, it works well. You just have to place them around. Now onto these sarcophagus lids. I've used quite a few of these lids, so I have the base lid where you put the fire logs on, because I like the, as you can see, the design on it is nice. It's a bit faded and washed out, but I do like the overall design it gives to this fireplace that I made. So yeah, I have the one on the bottom, and then I have two where the fire logs are, because as you saw, the sarcophagus has that hole in it, and I wanted to cover that. And yeah, it adds to the design of this fireplace. And for the top, I can just use the one lid there to continue the design, and it does look nice. So that's 4 of the lids I've used there. Then continuing up on the chimney, I've used 2 more. So that's about 8 in total there. And then to close in the chimney, I've used 2 more of the lids, which brings it up to 10. So all in all, I've used about, I think, 17 of your item slots to put this fireplace together. I know that seems like a lot, but in my opinion, this fireplace does look good. So yeah, these sarcophagus lids, I have got 4 of these just for the nice design they have to continue it running up to the roof there. And for the center bit here, I've used 2 more of the sarcophagus lids. Otherwise the middle of it looked weird, but I did that because these sarcophagus lids, compared to the sarcophagus, I'll just show you. The lid is a bit lighter than the sarcophagus, and I did like that light design in the center there. As you can see, it does look nice. I'll just show you compared to the sarcophagus. I'll just grab this one just to show you. As you can see, makes the fireplace look a bit too dark in my opinion, and I preferred the lighter look of the sarcophagus lids. But yeah, it's up to you how you want to make this fireplace. You can totally put something else in the center there, so I'll just move those back to where they were. And yeah, that's simply how I did that fireplace. It is a bit more fiddly to put together, but I think it's worth the effort because it does make a nice looking fireplace. And if you want to, you can totally get rid of the design of the lids on that side and just have it like that, which kind of looks weird to me because I do like how the overall design of this fireplace, like with the framing there around where the fire logs are. I like how it continues up with the chimney, and yeah, it makes a nice, interesting looking fireplace. So this next fireplace I have done, I didn't really plan this one, it just kind of fell into place, which is what happens with most of the items that I make. So for this one I have used the, under structures I used some of these Elsweyr wall short masonries. These are craftable in game, and I've also used the Elsweyr post masonry wall, as these fit well together and they have that same stone colour to match. So that's the only 2 items that I've used for this fireplace. So I'll just move these fire logs out the way. So for the base where the fire logs go, I've used that masonry wall short, as it does have that kind of dip in it, but also I like how this bit here, as you can see, it like sticks up like that, and it does have a nice design on it. Again, it does look worn, but it makes the fireplace look kind of old and gives it character, as I've said before. So yeah, the fire logs simply sit in there on this masonry wall short. It does go through the wall, so this fireplace works more against a wall that has nothing on the other side. But you can make it fit and put something else there where your fire logs go if you want it to divide rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, I've used about just 2 of the masonry walls, because for the chimney I've used the top one there just to close that in. And in total I've used 4 of the masonry pillars, I think they were called. Yep. So I've used about 4 of these. So I have this one on that side. Same with there. And then for the top I've got 2 more, but I put them upside down because when I was playing around with the masonry posts and the masonry short walls, I found that when I placed them, the design on them matched perfectly, as you can see, like with that line there. And yeah, the stonework up here matches really well, and then yeah, I just fit that on top to match, and it gives it that nice overall design. So in total for this one, you're using about 7 of your item slots. So this fireplace is rather small and easy to make. And yeah, it does look nice. I'll just show you it on the side, which would look nice in your home. It's a simple design, and because of the bit up here you can put banners or your trophy heads and stuff like that, and yeah, make it look decorative in your own way. Same with these other ones that I showed you previously. This 4th fireplace is bigger than those other 3 that I just showed you. I have used the pillars, ancient stone, also Elsweyr style. I've used a few of these, and I've also continued to use the Elsweyr plinths, as they match really well together with the pillar. And I also used one of the Elsweyr walls, but these ones are the wide ones compared to the short one I used before, but I'm using the wide one where the fire logs sit. And for the decoration here, I used the red guard fence brass capped. This one is sadly only in the furniture crown store, but I've only used it as decoration for where you put your fire logs behind, but you don't have to use this. You can totally get rid of it and just have your fireplace like that. Or if you want that decorative design, you can use something else entirely. There's the Eleanor fence tools you could use for the top part, but do bear in mind, if you use this one, it does have that white stone bit sticking out there, which kind of doesn't match. Or you can use these alien grates, but these are only on the furniture ground store as well. But there's also those clockwork gratings that you could use instead, or use something else entirely, but it's up to you. Or you can just leave it like that. It still looks good like that. So yeah, this fence I used on the bottom, unlike how I used that one over there, I've actually got just the brickwork here, because I found with the darker stonework colour on these compared to the top part of these walls, which is lighter, I found the darker stonework on the bottom here matched better with how I have set up this fireplace using these pillars and plinths. But yeah, it's up to you. You can use these longer walls like I used the other ones like that, but as you can see, the stonework kind of doesn't match because it is lighter, whereas doing it the other way, it matches quite well. So yeah, these walls, the Elsweyr wide walls, are the same as the short ones, they're just wider. So yeah, I've used that as the base where the fire logs would go. I put 2 fire logs in this one because it's a bigger fireplace, but you can actually only just use the 1, but I find 2 look better. And yes, with the pillars, I've used about 5 of them. So I've got the 2 on the side, that one there and that one there. And they fit against the wall really well, as you can see. Just show you the other side. I know there's a bit of a gap there because I didn't place it properly, but if you're using this in your house, you'll make it perfect yourself. So yeah, 2 of the pillars on the side there. And yeah, and then on the top for the chimney I've used 3 more pillars because I found that with this bigger fireplace that using 3 made the fireplace look better, because if you just use the 1 it looks a bit weird, or if you just use 2, I'll just link those up and move them over a bit. It still works, but to me it looks a bit weird, whereas the 3 just makes it look more grand in my opinion. And for the top part here, I've used those Elsweyr plinths. These ones. As I've said before, the stonework matches the pillars really well. I've used about 4 of these because with how big I made this fireplace, and because these plinths have that indent corner bit there, I wanted to cover that and have it perfectly going and matching up like that. So yeah, I've used 2 of these plinths for the middle bit here to continue the design of the pillar. And yeah, it works well and fits well, and again with these pillars and the plinth having the same design on it, like with these round things here, it matches up quite well. And same with the top design there, it matches really well. So yeah, this fireplace uses about 10 of your furniture slots, so it doesn't take up that much space is about the average you're looking at when you're putting together a fireplace. So yeah, that's the 4 fireplace designs that I put together. They're rather easy to make. So yeah, that's it for these 4 fireplaces in part 2 of these Elsweyr fireplaces. I'll show you the other 4 that I have made and put together. So if you have any questions or comments, do put those below. So I will see you around. Thanks for watching.